Good evening, everyone. Welcome to our Balanced Life, Happy Life. We're happy that all of you are with us. We have an expert this evening. In addition to being a delightful person, because she has worked in a variety of fields. In healthcare, she has been a massage therapist as well as a doula, assisting and delivering a multitude of babies to the world. She does have three daughters herself, who she brought into the world and raised. And I have met her daughters, and they are brilliant. She's a skilled individual with people, working with people, and with helping people to maximize their life in a variety of ways. And she's going to give us a peek tonight into a company called Nikken. If you are looking at creating more in your life, in whatever area it might be, whether it's your health and wellness, whether it's your relationships, whether it is your commitment to specific goals, outcomes, objectives that you have. Sherri Danzig is an individual who is skilled at helping people to find and discover what might be more for them and for looking at the strategies and the pathways for getting there. So without further ado, I'm going to turn tonight's presentation over to Sherri Danzig. Sherri, welcome.
Thank you, Jeff. I appreciate that. Yep, I always like to say that no matter what I accomplish in my life, raising three healthy, well-adjusted, smart, funny, uh, best accomplishment, and my favorite. And I think many folks would probably agree with that. It's the best job. But tonight we're going to be talking about Nikken and Wellness 3. So that's going to be three different aspects of what we want to share with this fabulous company. And what I love well, there's so many things I love about Nikken. But what I really love that's new with this mission is this message because every time I talk to someone and they ask me, I'm talking about what I do, and I say that I am all about empowering people to feel good every day, that resonates with everybody because guess what, folks? Most people do not feel good every day for one reason or another. So we're going to get into that tonight about what that might be, and we don't want to just bring up a problem without having some really great solutions. So if you want to feel good every day, you are in the right place. Keep listening.
50 years ago, Nikken was born from a dream to create natural and effective products that would help people live better. Today, it's a global brand with a presence in 11 countries and a pioneer in wellness solutions inspired by nature. Our mission is to empower people to create a natural, healthy, and economically viable lifestyle. Today, thousands of people around the world choose to be part of this community because they have found in Nikken an alternative to live in balance. Through our empowered living philosophy as a way to feel good every day, we rely on 5 simple, powerful, and actionable principles to make this possible. Strengthen your mindset. Increase your vitality. Strengthen your relationships. Contribute to society. Diversify your finances. With Nikken, you'll find innovative products, a supportive community, and an opportunity to share well-being while building a balanced life. Discover how you can also start empowering your life and feeling good every day.
So a few things jumped out at me with that video. I love that video. First of all, we're talking about community. So this is when you become a part of Nikken, whether you're joining as a customer or as a business builder, and we're going to talk about that. There's different degrees of how you might build a business. You are joining the Nikken community. It's a global wellness community. And I think that's really special because we are so secluded, isolated, and There's not enough of community, I think, in all aspects of our life. So with Nikken, it's a very rich community on so many different levels. And the next thing is talk principles. This is a principled company that has a mission, and the mission, the vision of the company is about living your personal best. We have a course that started from the very beginning when Nikken started over 50 years ago with this idea of humans being more, not doing more, not having more, but being more. And so these principles all speak to that because this is really a roadmap on how you can live your very best life. Debbie Jones is part of Dream Team. I'm going to ask her, pick one of these principles, Debbie, and share how Nikken is impacted, if you would, please.
Well, the very easy one is as far as your vitality. I mean, the at the basis of the products, it's just dealing with your energy level, your mental focus, just the relaxation, just be it like you said, humans being more, just the vitality of life, how you can just take and experience the many aspects that the company has to offer just to help with your daily living. You know, life throws a lot at you. And I know personally, just that in all that I'm going through, but just to have that vitality that you're afforded just by being a part of this community, the support that you get from the community, from the products, it's just a full circle.
Mhm. Did y'all lose the picture?
Yes.
Okay, I don't know what happened here. So hang on a minute. Sorry about that. Okay, there we go. Just need to push a button. Thank you, Debbie. I appreciate that. Nyla, I'm going to call on you too as part of the Dream Team. If you would unmute and share one of these, it might be strengthening your relationships or how you feel like it's helped to strengthen your mindset. Can you share one of these as well?
Yeah. Uh, can you hear me?
Uh-huh, sure can.
Okay. Um, yes, I select the strengthen your relationship. Most of my family, we all suffer with the same issues. So a lot of them are using the same products that I use, the tape, the waterfall, um, the magnets. So
Mhm.
they really enjoy it. And I do too. But
And that's pretty cool to be able
yes.
to reach out to people you care about and share
Uh-huh.
these products, right?
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
I love that.
Uh-huh.
Thank you. Thank
All
you.
right.
Yeah, I love talking about so many of these things, strengthening your mindset. This is all about personal development. I've heard it said that we are a personal development company with a compensation plan. So we're all about personal growth. We're all about being in collaboration with each other and supporting each other, mentoring each other, being mentored. So you can't help but grow in your mindset if you're part of this community. Contributing to society, there's many different ways you can contribute, but just what both Debbie and Nyla said, being a part of this and sharing this with others, whether you do it big or small, you're contributing to your society, and diversifying your income. We're going to hear more about that as well. But I can tell you, I'm at the age now where many of my friends and family are retiring. And when you're an entrepreneur and you love what you do, you don't feel like you need to retire because you love what you're doing. And so I love that I can I can keep continuing to generate a passive income for as long as I want to. So that is a really wonderful thing to have travel money when you have the time and freedom to be able to do that. Let's
Constantly evolving. We've found inspiration in nature's timeless solutions. Nature is our guide, offering forms more efficient than we ever imagined. In a natural environment, the spring water is filtered, purified, and filled with minerals that are essential for maintaining optimal functions in our body for a smart hydration. The Earth's magnetic field influences organisms in many ways: navigation, finding their way, or even for communication. By using magnetic and massage stimulation, we are seeking to influence the body's natural responses to restore balance and support in our increasing stressful world. Air abundant in negative ions can be experienced as a fresh air feeling, such as the revitalizing air near waterfalls and forests. Ionization technologies enhance indoor air quality and overall wellness, bringing pure air to our home. Ceramic reflective fibers work like the sun's spectrum, bringing this comforting technology to our homes. Using energy from our bodies and the environment, these fibers gently reflect a soothing warmth, promoting a sense of well-being for less stress, restful sleep, and vital energy. The Earth provides nutrients that allow for the creation of natural products, which contribute to a healthy diet. Our overall approach aims to bring balance in the 5 principles, bringing nature into your home. Together, we can make a better world where we not only survive, but thrive. And you? How do you connect with nature?
I'm guessing that none of you have had that question. If you're listening to this and watching this presentation and you're new to Nikken, nobody's asking you that question. How are you connecting to nature? It's a foreign concept in our Western medical society of thinking about, just treating illness, treating disease, not really thinking about prevention. This is like common sense wellness. This is common sense solutions for how you can really take care of your all aspects of your vitality and continue to be vibrant instead of doing what society kind of thinks of us as if we age, we're going to just simply kind of break down and slow down. And Debbie Jones I see you shaking your head. I think you're younger today than you were when I met you many years ago. What's one of your favorite products that you can talk about here?
Um, well, I love the water, that's for sure, because water is just so basic. So our waterfall is really one of the products that I love, because that's just so easy. That's something that everyone understands that you can't survive without water. And when I think about the days that I live in St. Louis and our tap water doesn't taste bad at all, and then up comes Sherry Danzig telling me how bad our tap water is. I just never realized it. But to see something as simple as being able to have a waterfall and not have to worry about the first thing people think is like, oh, electricity, or they think batteries, but to think the simplicity of that same tap water that I thought was fine, just to be able to just pour that in and then let the filter do the rest. That is just so basic. And especially as we hear so much about microplastics, I'm just coming into such an appreciation for just the very essence of life that you get in water.
Thank you, Debbie. So we, as consultants, and as customers for that matter, people operate really as educators. We like to discover and we like to share. We like to educate people about these technologies. And as I said, they're common sense kinds of things because most people don't think about the fact that water is not, they think water is water, right? Not true. So we educate people about what is nature's best water. A lot of people don't appreciate the importance of sleep. I was listening to a podcast earlier, and the guy was bragging about staying up all night to be, on some writing project. And it's like I cringe when I hear that because still today, people don't appreciate how foundational sleep is when it comes to not only to living well, but living long by sleep. If you're not getting good quality sleep, your body is breaking down on a nightly basis. Your immune system is tanking on a daily basis. So we educate people about where you can naturally affect your quality of sleep with these technologies. Again, it's about connecting back to nature. We have energy is really the essence of all of our products because they're nature's energy. So this woman running on the beach, who knows what products she's wearing. I know if I'm running or walking on the beach, I'm wearing at least three different products that are with me all the time. And stress is the number one thing that breaks the body down, that people get sick from and diseased with, and it has a huge impact on every aspect of their life. So imagine having these technologies that are they're simply just part of your daily lifestyle. You're just incorporating them in such a seamless way. I've been a massage therapist for 36 years, and I saw several people for massage today, and that's great stress reduction. But guess what? They're not going to come back in for a massage for weeks or months, right? So we can't rely on a few things that we like to do to reduce stress every so often. We need it daily because we live in a stressful world. So to have tools that can help to lower your stress, again, seamlessly because of what you're wearing or sitting on or sleeping on, is pretty, it's just smart and simple, and I love all of that. Nutrition is an area that Nikken has continued to develop some of the newest products. We have they're whole food nutrition products. They are as natural, as organic as they possibly can be. They're sourced globally, so wherever the best source of the whole food that's in those nutrients are there. And then we're going to get to finances in just a second. But I want to say we're not really diving into the products in a big way tonight because this is a taste. But every Wednesday night we have a brand night. It's something that I host and incorporate a few other of our experts, and we tell stories, we share stories about products. So we have a theme for the week and themes for the month. And that's a great place to really learn more about the technologies and hear stories because I think people's experiences really speak um, the biggest. I think that's what people really want to know is, will these products make a difference? And so you can hear from lots of people. We have a library of these wellness stories as well. The last one is finances, and that is certainly a part of the product line because the business is in itself an entity that really leads itself to living this best life. We have to have money to be able to afford to have a wellness lifestyle, quite frankly. So let's listen a little bit about the business of Nikken.
Have you considered a path where well-being accompanies you and opportunities grow with you? In today's world, income diversification is a strategy for building a solid future and, above all, the peace of mind you deserve. Diversify your finances and empower your life with Nikken. Nikken offers you a smart, purposeful business model to make this a reality. The philosophy here is simple. You can choose how you earn. You can generate additional income to indulge yourself with the pleasures that fill your life with joy, or build a supplemental income that relieves monthly pressure and allows you to save and invest in your future with more security. Or you can even decide to make it a meaningful income, which gives you the freedom to design life your way. And the extraordinary thing is that each path has the same origin, the simple and powerful act of sharing well-being and connecting people with a solution. Because when you diversify your finances, you don't just transform your future, you transform your world. Empower your life and feel good every day.
So let's dive in a little bit on this. There's different choices that you have. Nikken has this philosophy of, again, people choosing their own path, being on a path that makes sense for them, and that can start in one place, and then years later or months later even, you can continue to grow and develop into wherever you want to take this. It's your path. It's your business. So again, what you heard in the video is that the essence of this is about sharing. So the paths all start with becoming a consultant, and you could start as a customer and then upgrade for a very small amount of money to becoming a wellness consultant, becoming a representative of this company, and then again, having the ability to grow this business to whatever degree you'd like in your own timing. So the first part of it with sharing could be that you get some products for yourself as a customer or as a consultant and purchase it wholesale. And then you start sharing it with your inner circle. Because when you start getting great results, it is really hard to not share this because you're around people that are probably complaining about their back hurts, their head hurts, they don't have energy. I mean, you hear all of that. And again, we also want to be educating people as wellness preventative consultants as well. That's where it starts. Then you may get inspired to start really building and think, you know what, I could actually use an extra $500 a month or whatever that number is for you. It could make a huge difference if you just had a couple of two, 300 extra dollars a month. That can change a family's trajectory in a big way. So again, you get to decide, but building is now you have a bit of a strategy in mind. You're starting to build a team. You're starting to put some things together, and keep in mind that all of this is a collaborative effort. You're not doing it, you're doing it for yourself, but not by yourself. So we work with as teams, we work with mentoring and so forth, in so many different ways that you get support. And then the last possibility is really choosing to become a leader with Nikken. And that's when you start to really take this to a new degree. You have the opportunity to be building and distributing these technologies and partners in 11 countries, so you could have a global business. As a massage therapist, I couldn't do that. I could only see people, I still to today, that come into my office. I don't have the global, reach in my massage practice. Most people don't. But in this business, you do. You can share with someone who shares with someone who shares with someone in a whole nother country and start to grow a business. And that allows you to become a leader and you're supporting other people being a leader. So I'm going to turn this over now to Maggie McKee, who's one of my favorite people in the business. And I want you to talk about your business and what has your story been in your pathway.
Thanks, Sherri. This is such a cool honor to be here with you tonight. And I look around the people who are here, this wellness community has made such a difference in my life. So I'll go back to when I was introduced to Nikken 31 years ago. It was because a dear friend who was a medical practitioner knew that I'd been hurting for 30 years, that I had tried everything possible in the medical system to relieve that discomfort, and there was nothing that lasted very long. So when she introduced me to the concept of, she didn't use these words, but technology inspired by nature, that really struck a chord with me because I grew up on a farm and boy, we were in nature. We were outdoors most of the time, and I was a very healthy, happy kid skipping through the woods to go get the cattle. And even if you weren't feeling well, mother would just say, time to get outside and get some fresh air. So we were using these principles just by instinct from being on a farm. So I looked at it primarily for the relief for that chronic discomfort initially. And that happened really quickly. So within 3 months, 30 years of chronic discomfort had disappeared. And it was as sudden as waking up one morning and realizing something was different. And even though the changes happened slowly over those 3 months, I was sleeping on these products, I was wearing them, I was sitting on them, and everything was helping my body be in the ideal environment to basically heal itself. So when that happened one morning, when I realized, oh my goodness, this is truly a miracle, I decided that it was my moral obligation to share it with other people because, like you said, Sherri, people were complaining and people were noticing that I had more energy, that I was happier. And so those observations led to great conversations with people. I've got a sore elbow. Can you help me? I'd say, I don't know. Let's give it a try. So out of those very, as I called it, the cracks of time that I had, because I was a full-time tenured professor and had a very busy life. I was recently a single mom with 2 kids in university, and that really busy time. And so I was able to look a little deeper. And one of the things that attracted me, in addition to the products, was the philosophy of Nikken, the principles of wellness, because it wasn't just about making money. As a matter of fact, that was a side effect of helping other people, which I really like, because as a teacher, my goal in life had been to make a difference in the world. So I started looking at the system that was in place, because I'd never had a business. I grew up on a farm, so that's a business, but it just was around me. I didn't really understand it. So I looked at, Michael DiMuccio had some great training programs for us even back in those days. And I just followed the system to learn. And it was so effective, not only because it was the right way to approach the business, it was also something that was duplicatable. I could teach other people using that same system, and that's still true today. So I went from curiosity to wow, um, absolutely in awe with the technologies. And then I decided that I really did need to diversify my income, because I had one stream of income, which, even though I had tenure, nothing is guaranteed, and I had no tax write-off, so I was paying way too much in income tax. In Canada, we have, as you do in the States, pretty high income tax on jobs like that. So it really helped to alleviate a lot of that. And then my younger son had an opportunity to go to university in Turkey for a semester. And he said, Mom, I really want to go, but I don't know how I'm going to do it. And I said, don't you worry, because I could afford to send him. And then when he decided he was coming home, I said, no, you're not allowed to come home. You can't come home. You're where you are. You can't just come home. You have to travel. So I funded his travel for 7 months, and it was a life changer for him. It really was. And it really meant a lot to me to be able to offer my children things like that I couldn't have done in the past. So it just kept going as this organic, in the cracks of time, talking to people, educating people, like you say, about the benefits and so on. So I had never dreamed of making as much money as I've made in Nikken. It was like, wow, teachers have a very low ceiling in terms of income. So that was great. And I knew I could offer it to other people. As you say, there's a path that'll fit you. You don't have to go the big team building thing, which I did, but anybody can do a little bit of this to create, even like you said, $500 a month makes a huge difference. So yeah. I can't say enough about how flexible and rewarding and amazing this business is, because every dollar I've made over the last 31 years represents somebody being helped by these amazing products. So
yes,
I don't think you can beat that.
Yeah. Thank you, Maggie. That's a wonderful story. I want to call on two more people just very quickly, because two other folks that are part of the dream team are on. So Shirley Artis and Veronica Steele. So if you could both jump on, because Maggie has said a whole bunch of stuff that I think, boy, that really speaks to the two of you, of reaching out, helping people. You both have had such a heart. Shirley has opened her home week after week and had wellness events at her home and has helped so many people in the St. Louis community, and it's growing. I know Nyla's moving away a little bit, but Nyla's going to be spreading it in other parts of the country, I guess. I don't know. Missouri, I guess, in the state. But Shirley, why don't you jump on and just share a little bit about what this business has meant for you? Be brief, because we want to wrap it up, but I'd love to hear from you. If you can unmute. And while they're doing that, I'm gonna let y'all unmute, and I want to share this because I want to get this in too, because this is the founder of the company, and this is how this company, the foundation, how it started. You are irreplaceable because you are you. And so this is the very beginning, the real core of Nikken has been about you as an individual, you growing. So that's what you've heard from so many people. There's so many different ways to find the principles that resonate with you, to find a business path that resonates with you, and build something that is unique and special and meaningful in your lives. And I want to see Veronica and Shirley, can you unmute? Veronica.
I'm not muted. I'm not muted. Can you hear me?
We can hear you.
Yeah. Hi, everyone. No, I totally agree with everything Maggie and everyone said because I like healthy, clean, things, and the earth was made to heal. So I really appreciated when Debbie reached out to me, but how I wouldn't even say introduce the business, but the business, a door always opens for me that someone may speak of something as you guys said. And I can say, oh, well, would you try this? I mean, that's how Nyla actually got into the business. But when opportunity shows at your doorstep and you can sincerely help someone, that was my main focus
Mhm.
and help them in a natural way. I mean, I really appreciate Nikken for that. And that's how I usually introduce as far as my business, not even about, like I said, making the money. That's just something residual that happens because when you help somebody else, they're going to tell somebody else about it. And that's what it is about sharing what Nikken has done for you and others.
Thank you. I knew you'd have some great nuggets. I mean, that is truly who we are. And
Mhm.
this team has had so much fun. I've seen so much fun and so much purpose that has come from all of you. Surely I don't think you can unmute it, or can you? That doesn't look like you can. All right. Well, we're going to wrap it up, Jeff. I
Sherry,
appreciate. Uh-huh.
just excuse me. I mean, I can't let this go by without. I mean, Shirley, she's such a business minded person, and I'm just so not. So my first thing I did when I joined Nikken, I told Sherry about Shirley. I was like, now I know I'm not that business minded, but I know someone who is. And I mean, Shirley is the one that just drives our team. She has the drive, the energy. She's got the beautiful home and she allows us all to just be able to come there, bring our clients, potential persons that might be interested in Nikken. She's got the perfect setup, and she might have trouble unmuting right now. But I just have to give such a plug for Shirley
Shout out.
because,
Thank you. I'm
yeah,
glad
I
you
mean,
said that, Debbie.
Nyla, Veronica, anyone on the team would be able to tell you what a jewel
Yeah,
and a joy. And she keeps
she
us
is.
motivated. When things are going on with the rest of us, we've got Shirley in there daily sending us encouragements and that sort of thing. And that's what the whole thing about the team effort is all about. And that's the beauty of Nikken, that even ones that might not even know you personally. I got an email from Bill Cottle offering me assistance because of a question I had asked when we were on the mentoring call. And he doesn't even know me. But leaders in the company care about even the ones that are maybe just coming on, or the ones that haven't raised to the higher levels, but just to know that we have a company that cares, that you genuinely feel like you're a part of a family, that there is no big I's and little U's. Everybody matters.
Mm.
It's a godsend. It's a
Thank you,
godsend,
Debbie.
and surely is a godsend.
She is. And
Yes,
I
she
think it's
is.
ironic that she's muted because she's not muted in life. She's got a
Not at
spirit, a
all. Not at
heart
all.
as big as Kansas and St. Louis. So it's kind of ironic. But we're going to wrap this up in the interest of time. But thank you all for being on. Thank you for listening. Thank you for sharing. I'm going to ask you all, share this with someone when you get the recording. There are people that need to know who Nikken is. And Shirley always says, I'm gonna say it for her. She always says it's the best kept secret. It doesn't need to be the best kept secret. So all of that's everybody's homework assignment. Go share this video when you get it with three people. Let's think big. Turning it over to you, Jeff.
Sherri, thank you so much. And thank you to your team and everyone who shared with you. We appreciated the information and the knowledge, and especially the enthusiasm. This is an amazing group of people who really have committed themselves to helping others and to making the world a better place. And it's a fantastic group to be part of, and one that I could see many people wanting to join as they look to creating more in their own life. So thank you, everybody, for being here with us tonight. We'll see everyone soon.